What's up, brother? This is Napalm Jed, and I'm here at my place and I'm cooking up some lunch. And I'm going to see if anybody comes on and you can ask me questions. Used to do this on Instagram. Don't do it anymore because I feel that it makes no sense. So, um, yeah. So while I'm waiting, so just if anybody comes on, ask questions. But while I'm waiting, I just wanted to bring you up to date on some recent stuff. And when I see questions come up, I will switch gears. So in February, I ran the worldwide grip battle, and it had the axle in it, and I actually like either strained a lat or a rotator cuff in my left, basically my left armpit. So I haven't been posting as many videos because I can't do as much stuff and haven't really set any PRs to document or any crazy feats. So the videos really haven't been coming out at the same rate. I've been doing lots of stretching and light rehab protocols for my lat and rotator cuff, and it is feeling better. Believe me, it's feeling better. I was able to do like 240 on the 2x5 Saxon bar yesterday. So that's progress because the last time I tried it, it hurt so freaking bad I had to stop. So I've had to modify the training. That's one thing that I would say. When you're injured, you can find workarounds to continue to train the events and the lifts similarly. They won't be exactly the same, but I've just modified the lift and gone. I mean, look at this chest. What the? Just ridiculous. I'm not even, all I'm doing is chopping up burger. Jeez. Uh, so I've been pulling the Saxon bar out of the rack and doing stuff like that, and it's allowed me to keep my hands trained, and I don't have to work at the same angles that put my lat slash rotator cuff under pressure and cause them pain. So that's the reason for the lower number of training videos recently. I know you've been dying to see my training. Everybody loves to see that. So just haven't put out as much lately. The other thing was, I don't know if I even said anything here on the YouTube, but I was out to uh, Dave Tate's Elite FTS compound 2 Fridays ago, and I'm going to be on an episode of Table Talk here sometime. So uh, that was a great experience. So I've known Dave Tate since the early 2000s, maybe 2001, 2002. I met him back then, and trained with him at his compound in like 2007, one year when we were all out there for the Arnold. And every once in a while, a little contact here and there. Dave and Elite sponsored a bunch of my competitions back early on, starting with like 2004, 2005. They used to send stuff almost every year. I just stopped reaching for sponsorship after a time. They've always supported me, and the basically what happened was 2 years ago, I think Dave put up a post saying he'd like to see on Table Talk, which Table Talk is his podcast that takes place right in his gym, and it's an amazing setup. I've never even seen anything like this before in person. It's the best I've ever seen. So um, I think I shared the post on Instagram and said, "Hey, I'd love to be on this. If you could tag me, that would be great." And like 2 people tagged me. So didn't get on there. So now last November, he put up basically the same post, and I said, "Hey, I think this could really be good for grip sport. If you wouldn't mind, tag me." And like 30 people tagged me. So I appreciate everybody that did that. It was a great trip. Uh, Went out Thursday, two Thursdays ago to Ohio, and stayed with Zach Mullins, who you would know as the host of the Grip Show. By the way, guys that are checking in, Randy, how you doing? Home Gym Physique, how you doing, brother? If you guys have questions, post them below and I'll answer them. I'm gonna try to do a Q&A. So I went out and I stayed with Zach Mullins at his house on Thursday, and then the podcast was Friday. Would have liked to have gotten some training in, but it's like 5 minutes after getting out of the car, I started getting a migraine. And I like looking at Zach, I couldn't even see the whole right side of his face. It was just dumb. So I took my Excedrin migraine. I chugged a Gatorade, started sipping on another one, and somehow, like, because my concern is always when I get a migraine, um, up to 24 hours later, I can have what I call a hangover from the migraine, and it really affects me. So I didn't want to be sitting there struggling with a migraine hangover during table talk. So I got right on it. Like I cut Zach off, went to the truck, got my medicine, and started chugging fluids. We went out and had dinner at Texas Roadhouse. I got this giant steak. It was like perfectly cooked, like solid red the whole way through. It was fantastic. And somehow I was able to reach a balance, and my migraine went away. And I had went about 2 hours, a little longer than 2 hours topics, and it was really a great time. I'm very thankful for the opportunity, and I appreciate everyone who tagged me on Instagram to get me on there. All right, 60 plus natural strength and power. Hope you make a speedy recovery. Thanks, dude. 8 1/4 hands at 6 feet. I've dieted to 250. Would a drop to 230 pounds make me more competitive for the Masters division? Are you talking about sport? There's barely any Masters competitors. So generally at a contest, all Masters are lumped into one group. So you're going to be going against whatever Masters attend that competition. So it's going to be, and chances are it's only going to be one weight class. So I wouldn't be concerned about dropping to 230 pounds unless you were going to do it just strictly for your health and fitness and wellness. There are weight classes within the Masters division. I'm not sure to what degree the records are broken up in weight classes in the database. You would have to check that out. But would it make you more competitive? I'm almost compelled to say no, because like the 105 kilo class, which is where you would be for 230 pounds, is like the most competitive class. So I don't know, maybe some more detail would help me out with that. Home Gym Physique says speedy recovery. Are you injured? Yeah, I talked about that earlier. You might have missed it. At the February contest, Worldwide Grip Battle Chasing Elite, I strained either a lat or a rotator cuff on the axle in my last attempt, and then I aggravated it during the inch dumbbell lift for high pull event. So that's why you haven't seen a lot of training videos from me the past month or so, because I've been dealing with that strain. Phil, my only friends are imaginary. Napalm, you know that already. Tagging, pushing, pumping, etc. I just don't get it. Well, I think a lot of people just don't get it because nobody did that for me the first time, but they came to my aid the second time. So I wouldn't. You're not missing much by not being on social media, Phil. I wouldn't. I wouldn't worry about that one bit. Bring back This Week in Grip. Not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's everybody complains about the audio, and it's way too hard to incorporate the video. I got no time for that. It's way too big of a time commitment, and I don't get feedback, dude. Like I refuse to waste time doing stuff, and like when I was doing the um, when I was doing the Napalm lives at the end of this year, like I don't know, I just wasn't impressed with the feedback. So nah, I don't see This Week in Grip coming back anytime soon, especially because I don't have time to go through and find all the feats anymore. To document everything, and I would, if I was going to do it, I would want to have somebody on there with me in a video so that they could be on the screen. And I don't want to lose. I don't want to learn the software. Quite frankly, dude, it's just a zero interest to me. Zach Mullins is doing a fantastic job, and I'm just gonna completely leave that up to him. To be honest, I have zero interest in doing that. So I don't know when the table talk episode will be up. I have no idea, and I didn't bother asking. I didn't know if they knew the schedule, and I don't want to bug them. It'll be up when it's up. And what I will do is, of course, send a link out to my email newsletter, which if you're not on my email newsletter, you should be. But I will send it out through there, and I'll do my best to put up a video here when that is ready. So just bear with me as I dump the hot grease out of this burger, try to get some of it out of there as much as I can. Got a couple cans of Sloppy Joe mix, Sloppy Joe sauce. One of them is the bold. I like it. I like it spicy, brother. All right, what else we got? Zach is good, but more people doing it in their own way would be better. I get it, buddy. It's just I have a gym business. I have an online business. I put some time to YouTube, but like there's just, you've heard of the risk versus reward ratio. There's also like a time investment versus benefit ratio, and it's just not there for the podcast. Randy, okay, I'll start then. I've built back to closing the 3, but it's maybe 40% of attempts starting a 20 millimeter block. Well, going back to a 2.5 to a credit card set help progress the 3. I wouldn't do that. Personally, no, I wouldn't do that at all. I don't know. It depends on what the issue is. So it's probably just rust, and you probably took years to reach the 3. So you've been back for several months training to get to the 3. So it might just take a little bit longer to get consistent. Now, if the rust is something technical, where the placement's off or something like that, then you might need to assess your technique or have someone that does video analysis do it for you. But I definitely wouldn't do credit card attempts in order to bring up your 20 millimeter block performance. natural strength and power. Thanks for that, Jed. I just done my first grip competition. I check out a lot of your advice. I was considering King Kong grip 50 plus. I just competed Sunday in Gods of Grip competition. Okay. Well, congratulations doing your first contest. I hope everything went well. And I think it's great that you went and did the contest because now you have the experience of a contest under your belt. And that is better than, waiting years and years until you're ready to do a contest. If there's a contest around, I encourage you to do it and get the experience of how the contest flows, how it feels, see how anxious you get, stuff along those lines. You can't, there's no replacement for that experience. So one thing I will say is I barely give any advice here in my YouTube channel. There's way better information at thegripauthority.com, and it's $1 for the first month. So if you join, you will instantly get access to every post that I've ever put up on there. It's several hundred, if not over 1,000 posts. And you'll be supporting the person that is behind a lot of grip sport, along with my very important teammates on the squad, which is an ever-growing number. So if you want real instruction and real information, go to thegripauthority.com and you will not be sorry. Randy's following up here. Or is it better to just keep drilling the 3 till it's every time? Well, yeah. Just keep drilling the 3. Keep on honing your technique. Make sure everything is correct. And that's going to make the biggest difference. There's too much difference in the technique between credit card closes and 20 millimeter block closes. So obviously there's going to be some carryover. You're using your hand in the same fashion, but the angles are different, and it's better to just train specifically to the technique for the 20 millimeter block than to vary it up and go to credit card. Running riot for fun. The Fat Man, number 3, hub lifting a 45, used to be pretty elite lifts. No, lifting a 45 was never an elite lift. It seems like the bar has been raised, though. What would you consider pretty elite lifts today? If you're talking feats, Fat Man's still pretty damn good. I mean, not everybody's just walking around picking up. Not everyone's just walking around picking up Fat Man blobs. And not everybody's just walking around closing 3s. A lot more people are lifting hubs. So I would think about putting that in perspective. And as far as has the bar been raised? I don't know. I'm not sure how much the bar has been raised. I mean, there's more of that stuff out there. So if someone's willing to put the time in to specialize on their grip, which I think these days people are willing to specialize in their training for grip strength for a much longer time now than they used to be. And because back in the day, people would they would start up and then they would just disappear. They would just quit because it was hard. Now, people are willing to stick around for much longer, and they train for a longer time, and they're able to attain those established feats, and then they're able to go well beyond those established feats or build upon them because they're putting more time in. So I think that's what you're seeing. Also when because of the number of people that are in it, and with social media, there's more exposure of grip. So people that are very strong and athletically gifted, fuck, that pisses me off. When they're exposed to grip, they're automatically going to be better. So the people that are more naturally gifted are being exposed to grip, and they're able to excel from the beginning. I mean, that's all there is to it. So I'm not sure how much the bar has been raised. I'm really not. Those feet are still hard. It's nice to see a return to cooking with napalm. It brings a tear to some part of my body. Spice is great. Cooking with napalm, what could go wrong? Good idea for a video series. Used to do it years ago, brother. There's all kinds of videos on my, like in the archives, if you will, where I used to do Q&As while I cooked on the grill. You couldn't go live on YouTube back then. It was all edited. Oh, look who shows up today. Ryan Fennessy. Hope you heal up quickly. I rigged up homemade comp uprights finally. You were right. Definitely need to get used to something in front of me and control the knock bar swivel. Yeah, dude. It's very important. So Ryan Fennessy is one of my members at thegripauthority.com. So he could tell you what the level of instruction there is. It's way better than the stuff I share on YouTube, I can tell you that. So in one of the videos recently, I would say in the last couple months, he had sent in questions about, he hasn't done any competitions yet. So he sent in questions about the uprights and stuff like that. So that's why he's saying that he just built the contest uprights, because he's getting ready to do his first contest as well. So check out thegripauthority.com. It's $1 for the first month, and then $17 after that. You can do a yearly thing where I think it's $169 a month, so you save a month and a half or something. And then you can also do the lifetime membership, which has been really popular lately. Lots of people have been joining. And if you join for the lifetime membership, you get a free coaching call with it. Back to 60 plus natural strength and power. I can close the 3 consistently now. I've ditched trying with a credit card. God's a Grip 30 millimeter set is way better, in my humble opinion. Your thoughts, Jed? Then it says moding. That might have just been some random text. Dude, I think credit card sets are stupid. I don't get it. I think it's dumb. Phil, a lifetime member to TGA since 2014. No regrets, tough guy. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. I wasn't sure when you came aboard, but I know it's been a while. It's been over 10 years. That's crazy. But I totally believe it. And I appreciate your support. It makes a big difference. Just so you know, 60 plus, the standard in Grip Sport International is 20 millimeters. I don't know why. I don't know what the reasoning was for going with 30 millimeters from Gods of Grip, but either way, it's better than doing a dumb credit card. That's just stupid. It makes it so much harder for smaller handed individuals. It's just not even fair. I just think it's dumb. All right, so we've been going about 24 minutes. If there's any other questions, leave them in the comments section. I'll wait until we hit the 25-minute mark. Okay, home gym physique. If you weren't injured, would you have competed at the Arnold? No, I don't do arm lifting. I have absolutely no patience for Ricardo Magni, and I think I am so sick and tired of seeing lifts that are given a down call that are complete bullshit, shouldn't count, hitched, they fall out of your hand. And I don't need to go to hear the stories, because people just talk about them like it's a complete joke. So no, you're never going to see me competing in an Arnold arm lifting competition. It's just not going to happen. I'm done with them. All right, and that is the 25-minute mark. I got to eat some food before a strong wind blows me down the prairie, everybody. So thanks for joining me today. All the best in your training. Take care. Oh, crap. All right. 60 plus natural strength and power. I'm going to join your grip authority. Thanks for everything you give to the sport. What's the link? Thegripauthority.com is the link. Thegripauthority.com. Can't wait for King Kong. This is Ryan Fennessy. Can't wait for King Kong. TGA is a treasure trove for grip. Great resource. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it. Home Gym Physique. Thumbs up. Thank you. Randy Gentry. Those mid-thigh lifts, though. Yeah, that was Derek Palmieri. He's basically out of it, so we don't have to see that anymore. But, I mean, I've seen lifts where, especially on Saxon bar, where like it's plain to see that the guy has essentially lost his grip. He's down to like 95%, 90% of his grip on the Saxon bar. It slips on his leg. He catches it, pins it, and then pulls his shoulder back, and the judges give him that lift. I mean, it's ridiculous. All right. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it. We'll do this again sometime. Take care. Boom.